Fully wireless earbuds are quickly becoming the standard for listening to music or basically anything else now that we're getting into 2020 and beyond. So in this video, we're going to compare the 3 best pairs of fully wireless earbuds to see which ones are the best for each use case. We've got Apple's incredibly popular AirPods Pro for $250, Sony's WF-1000XM3s that are known for having the best noise cancellation on sale for $198, and Samsung's brand new Galaxy Buds Plus for $150, quite a bit cheaper than the other 2 options. So without further ado, let's get right into comparing these earbuds in a bunch of different categories, starting with the size and portability of the cases. The case on the Galaxy Buds Plus is the smallest in terms of height and length, but it's thicker than the AirPods Pro case. The case on the Sonys, however, is pretty massive compared to the other 2, so it's definitely not as easy to carry around. In terms of weight, the Sonys are over twice as heavy as the Galaxy Buds, with the AirPods Pro falling somewhere right in the middle, so that's a nice bonus for the Samsung earbuds. For design and build quality, the Sonys and the AirPods Pro feel really nice, solid, and premium. The Galaxy Buds Plus, however, feel a bit cheaper, which they are of course. In terms of the quality of the hinge, the AirPods Pro have a very solid metal hinge that feels really nice to flick open, and the magnet that holds the top down seems to be stronger than on the other 2. Both the Galaxy Buds and the Sonys have plastic hinges that aren't as solid, with the hinge on the Buds Plus feeling a bit wobbly and not as secure. In terms of how much battery is packed into the cases themselves, excluding the earbuds, the AirPods Pro case holds enough power to give you 19 more hours of listening with noise cancellation on, while the Sonys give you 18 hours, which doesn't really make sense considering the massive size difference between the cases. This shows that the AirPods Pro are more efficient. Now on the other hand, the case on the Galaxy Buds packs an extra 11 hours of listening time, even without noise cancellation, which we'll get into in just a minute. The nice thing about the AirPods Pro and the Galaxy Buds Plus is that the cases feature wireless charging, while the Sony doesn't. However, the AirPods case uses a lightning port for charging, which is a bit disappointing compared to USB-C on the other 2 cases. Now opening them up, we noticed that it was a bit hard to take the earbuds in and out of the case on the Sonys compared to the other 2. And the AirPods Pro have a really satisfying snap when you put them into the case because of the more powerful magnets. Now before we get into comparing the audio quality between these wireless earbuds, let's compare some of the fine details of the earbuds themselves. The AirPods Pro have a very sleek, low-profile shape, with the short stem sticking out for better microphone quality. The Sonys are quite a bit larger than the other 2 in terms of total mass, and the Galaxy Buds lack any kind of stem. In terms of the weight of the earbuds themselves, the AirPods Pro are the lightest, with the Sonys being over 50% heavier. And in terms of the design, they honestly all look really nice and clean, with the Galaxy Buds being the most subtle, lacking any kind of stem or logo. The really nice thing about them is that they're flush with your ear, so you can freely change your shirt without having to take them out. The Sonys honestly look really professional, while the AirPods Pro have a unique look and shape that some don't like, but you definitely won't mistake them for any other pair of earbuds. Now comparing the battery life of the earbuds themselves, the AirPods Pro are rated for 4.5 hours with noise cancellation on and 5 hours with it off. The Sonys are rated for 6 hours with noise cancellation on and an impressive 8 hours without it. And the Galaxy Buds Plus, which lack noise cancellation, are now rated for a much higher 11 hours of listening time, easily beating out the others. Now in terms of comfort in the ears, the AirPods Pro are by far the most comfortable out of the bunch, and there's 2 very good reasons for it. While both the Sonys and Galaxy Buds Plus have a hard plastic tube that enters your ear canal, with the Sony's tube being thicker, the AirPods Pro speaker is actually flush with the body, so the only thing that goes into your ear canal is the silicone ear tip. On top of that, all of those earbuds create a seal inside of your ears for better bass and sound quality, but the AirPods Pro have an innovative new venting feature that equalizes the air pressure between the outside world and the inside of your ear canal, so you don't ever feel like your ears are plugged up. This new feature, alongside the lightweight, makes them a lot more comfortable for longer listening sessions. Now before we jump into the sound quality, I want to mention what comes in the boxes. They all come with replacement ear tips, but only the Sonys come with the full set of foam tips. But don't worry, foam tips are available on Amazon for both the AirPods Pro and the Galaxy Buds, so we'll link them down below. The nice thing about the tips on the AirPods Pro is that they come with the mesh filter on the inside, which makes sure earwax doesn't get into the speaker grills and block sound. The Galaxy Buds Plus also come with some replacement wingtips, which is definitely a nice bonus. They all come with charging cables in the box, but the Sony's cable is embarrassingly short compared to the others. Now getting into audio quality, the Galaxy Buds Plus have been updated with an extra speaker, so they actually sound much better than the original Buds. They have a ton of bass, almost too much at times, but it can be tuned down in the app, which is now finally available for iOS alongside Android. We also recommend switching to the dynamic mode, which helped them beat out the AirPods Pro in our hands-on comparison video right there, which you can check out after this video ends. The AirPods Pro do sound really great, but they're just a step down from the volume and the quality of the Buds Plus. And the Sonys actually sound better than the other two, being the most clear, natural, and balanced, with really good volume as well. In terms of noise cancellation between the AirPods Pro and the Sonys, we definitely say that the Sonys do a better job, mostly for getting rid of low frequency noise. Now that doesn't mean that the AirPods Pro don't do a great job, because they really do. The Sonys just do it a little bit better. All three of them have an ambient mode, which lets in sound from the outside world so you can hear what's going on around you, but the Galaxy Buds Plus don't do a great job at this at all. They create an unnatural sound of background noise, and voices sound kind of tinny and fake. Both the Sonys and the AirPods Pro sound much more natural, but the transparency mode on the AirPods is the winner, sounding extremely close to how it sounds without having anything in your ears. Now before we get into which buds we would recommend, I want to go through a couple of features and software differences. The Galaxy Buds have IPX2 water resistance, and the AirPods Pro have IPX4, while the Sonys on the other hand lack any kind of official rating. The Sonys also require you to download their Headphone Connect app to use the earbuds, which is available for both Android and iOS, and it's packed with tons of software features and customizations. The only issue is that the app crashed on me multiple times while I was using it. While the Galaxy Buds Plus don't require an app, there is one you can download to adjust EQ and controls, and it's now available for iOS, which is great. The AirPods Pro connect instantly if you have an iPhone, which also syncs to the rest of your Apple devices that are logged into your Apple ID, which is super convenient. However, the AirPods Pro have the least amount of customization options. Fortunately, we've tried them on Android phones and they actually work pretty well, so you can check out that video at the end of this one if you're curious. The major benefit of the Sonys is that you can easily get basically any smart assistant to work, like Google Assistant, Alexa, and Siri. Now let's get into which earbuds we recommend for each use case. The Galaxy Buds Plus performed very well in a lot of the categories, including price, battery life, and sound quality, but the ambient mode didn't work very well and they lack active noise cancellation. On the plus side, they're only $150, a much better deal than the other two. So if you don't care about active noise cancellation, the Buds Plus are a great choice. But if you're okay with spending $200 or more, we would honestly recommend the Sonys because of the decent battery life, sound quality, best-in-class noise cancellation, and the fact that while the AirPods Pro work well on Android, not every single feature is supported. Now for iPhone users, the choice becomes a little more difficult. If you're someone who loves the ability to fine-tune lots of features and settings, the AirPods Pro might not be great for you. But if you just want them to work great out of the box and be as convenient as possible, the extra $50 is definitely worth it for the AirPods Pro. There's no messing around with apps that can crash, and there's no carrying around a bulky case. They just work and they work well. And even though the active noise cancellation isn't as good as on the Sonys, we think it's more than good enough for almost all situations. For those that travel a lot, the Sonys will be a better choice because of the better noise cancellation. But if you're not willing to spend that much on earbuds, just get the Galaxy Buds Plus because at that price, they're the best value in my opinion. So there you guys have it. If this video helped you make a decision, feel free to use the links down below for the best prices on each of these sets of earbuds. And if you enjoyed it, make sure to check out one of those two videos right there that we mentioned earlier, and click the circle above to subscribe right now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.